Have you ever been on a plane and just gotten the feeling that there's this whole other world of rules and etiquette happening right in front of you? Well, you're not wrong. There totally is. So let's pull back the curtain on the unwritten rulebook that governs everything that happens at 35,000 feet. I mean, it's the question, right? We've all wondered it. We see them, helping us find our seats, bringing us those little cans of soda. But there is so much more going on behind that smile. They're constantly scanning the cabin and you, making sure everything is safe and running smoothly. And this quote right here, it hits the nail on the head. Flight attendants have this secret list of passenger no-nos. And today, well, we're spilling the tea. We're going through that list. Okay, so let's start with the stuff that's less about life or death and more about, well, just being a decent human being. These are the little things passengers do that make the crew's already tough job that much harder. Rule number one, and this is a big one, never, ever use the bathroom while the plane is still boarding. It seems harmless, right? A quick trip? But you're actually kicking off a huge chain reaction. And here's why it's such a big deal. When you're in the bathroom, you're blocking the aisle. It slows everybody down, and it can easily lead to a departure delay. And guess who gets the blame? The flight attendants. They can literally get fined if boarding takes too long. So yeah, your quick bathroom break could actually cost them money. All right, next up, your trash. Look, it's simple. Don't cram your empty chip bag and used napkins into the seat back pocket. When the crew walks down the aisle with a giant trash bag, that is your moment. Seize it. And here's the inside scoop on why this is so important. A lot of flight attendants only get paid for the time the plane is actually in the air, from wheels up to wheels down. So all that cleaning they have to do after you get off the plane, they're often doing that for free. You're literally adding to their unpaid workload when you leave a mess. But out of all the little annoyances, all the pet peeves, there is one thing that flight crews absolutely, universally cannot stand. It's the one action that crosses a major line both personally and professionally. Let's be crystal clear. Do not touch the flight attendant. No poking them to get their attention, no tapping their arm, and definitely, as this quote points out, no creepy touching on the knee or ankle. They are professionals keeping you safe, not objects to be grabbed at. Okay, so we've gone from the simply annoying to the, well, let's talk about things that could actually impact your health. We're diving into the hidden and kind of gross hygiene hazards you'll find in pretty much any airplane cabin. This is so simple, but it needs to be said. Keep your shoes on. I get it, you want to be comfortable on a long flight, but trust me, that airplane carpet is not the place to get cozy. And if you need a reason why, here it is. That floor is not getting a deep clean between every single flight. It has seen things. Unspeakable things. Let your imagination run wild, and then put your shoes back on. Seriously. All right, here's an insider tip that might actually surprise you. You might want to think twice before ordering coffee or tea. Actually, anything made with hot water from the plane is a little bit of a gamble. So here's the deal. That water comes from tanks on the plane, and those tanks can be pretty old and really hard to clean properly. Studies have shown they can be a breeding ground for nasty bacteria. To be safe, just stick with bottled water or anything in a can. And finally, there's a danger that has nothing to do with the plane's cleanliness and everything to do with you just sitting there. Deep vein thrombosis, or DVT, is a very real risk on any flight that's over 4 hours long. When you sit still for that long, you can develop dangerous blood clots in your legs. The solution is simple. Get up, stretch, walk around the cabin when the seatbelt sign is off. Keep that blood flowing. Okay, we've covered the rude stuff and the gross stuff. Now we're getting into the big leagues. These are the actions that are not just annoying, they are legitimately dangerous, and in some cases, very, very illegal. These are the hard red lines. You know how they're always telling you to keep your electronics with you in your carry-on? There's a really good reason for that, and it's all about those lithium batteries. If your laptop overheats and catches fire in the cabin, the crew is trained to put it out immediately. But if that same fire starts in the cargo hold, no one can get to it. It's a hugely important safety rule. Take a look at this number. That's how much you could be fined for smoking on a plane. Think about it. You're in a pressurized metal tube with super dry recycled air. An open flame is a catastrophic risk. It's not just a polite request, it's a serious federal crime. And speaking of things you shouldn't do, let's talk about something you should never,
ever say. There is a zero tolerance policy, and I mean zero, for any jokes about bombs, hijacking, or terrorism.
And here's the thing you have to understand. In an airport or on a plane, there's no such thing as just kidding. The staff are legally required to treat every single mention of a threat as if it's 100% real. You will be arrested. You will be put on a no-fly list. People have literally been duct taped to their seats for this stuff. Just don't do it. So we've gone through all these rules: etiquette, hygiene, federal crimes, but they all operate under one single, all-powerful principle that most passengers have absolutely no idea exists. First, let's bust a movie myth. You see this number? That's the amount of pressure, 1,100 pounds, pushing against every square foot of the airplane door when it's at cruising altitude. It is physically impossible for a person to open it. But the real power on a plane isn't about physical strength. It's about legal authority. And that brings us to this, the captain's law. From the moment those cabin doors close, the pilot in command of that aircraft has absolute legal authority. They can have you detained. They can divert a multi-million-dollar plane to an airport you weren't supposed to go to just to have you arrested. Suddenly it all makes sense, right? The flight attendants aren't just there to serve you a drink. They are there to enforce the captain's law and keep everyone safe. And that's what it all comes down to, really. After knowing about the unpaid work, the health risks they're dealing with, and the incredible authority they represent, it kind of changes how you see them, doesn't it? They're not just servers. They're safety officers. They are your first line of defense in the sky. And maybe that's the most important unwritten rule of all.